Welcome to the City of Florissant Podcast, where we talk anything and everything related to the beautiful City of Florissant.
Hi, I'm Mayor Tim Lowery, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Podcast. With me today is my wife, Laurie Lowery, who is the chairman of the Valley Flowers Committee. Laurie, we just had a very successful, in my opinion, Valley Flowers. You want to tell us a little bit some of the highlights in your view?
Yes, it was a wonderful weekend. We had people from all over the North County area as well as Florissant. It was very, very well attended. We were very appreciative of everyone who came out and supported the Valley of Flowers. We had great events at the Egan Center. Our crafters and vendors were busy all Friday and Saturday. Our food truck vendors and our regular food vendors in that had various people there and did a wonderful job there for us at the Egan Center. We had our first washers tournament, and it went very well. We had a lot of assistance with that because it was our first washers tournament.
I played that, yeah.
A few things to learn, but next year will be better. And we had great music. The band stage in that was filled all weekend with great music from acts around the area, as well as the Aerialist and E.T.'s Petting Zoo. We're very, very thankful for everybody who assisted with the weekend, the City of Florissant, Mayor, the City Council, our fire and police departments, as well as all the people who work here in the City of Florissant.
You talk about the first responders. We also had the Touch a Truck event that really seemed like it was really well attended.
Yes. We had all kinds of vehicles that were there. The helicopter came. The kids were able to get in the helicopter and try things out. The Zamboni, it looked like it was a big hit. There was a long line there for people trying to get in the Zamboni, and the police cars and the fire trucks, and just even the tractors and things like that. It was really a wonderful event.
Yeah, and it seemed like certainly Thursday and Friday was a challenge with the weather. But I don't know that we could have asked for a better Saturday and Sunday as far as weather was concerned.
No, it really cleared up. And even on Friday with everything that was going on at the Egan Center, even though it was a little rainy out, people were still out. And we had our ponies and our petting zoo in that. And the kids still, were waiting in line, ready to feed the animals and enjoy themselves.
And of course, another highlight at the ice rink that day was on Saturday. We had John Carney and Julie Buck there helping us promote our Valley Flowers. And I had the opportunity with you to get on the air, and it was very nice to have them there and promote our event again.
Yes, we really enjoy them being there, and it's really nice when they take that time out of their day to come and promote the Valley of Flowers in the City of Florissant. It was a few people that had come up afterwards and that who had been listening on the rink in that and just thought it was really, really a wonderful event.
So that was a lot of the events on Saturday at the Egan Center, obviously. And we had some other events, of course, the Knights of Columbus. I mean, all weekend, starting on Thursday night, even though the weather was a little rough, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they had they had a lot of events there, the carnival events, the rides, the games, the food, barbecue. And so they had a great event there.
Yes.
And certainly had the opportunity to go down there, spend some time down there, and it seemed like everybody's enjoying it. Really seemed like a good family event, and that's certainly what we're promoting here is we want the families to come out.
Right, and that's what we heard even at the Egan Center, and that was how much everyone really enjoyed being down at the Knights grounds, and they could go there with their families, and they really had a great time, and they really loved having family night back on Thursday, being specifically dedicated for families, so the kids really could enjoy themselves and get to do what they'd like to do.
Yeah, so we certainly appreciate Doug Kyle and everything that the Knights do at that venue because it certainly is a big part of our festival.
Correct, yes.
And then, of course, Old Town Partners, I mean, they had another great car show. It seemed like they had over 100 cars on St. Francis Street on Saturday afternoon, and it seemed like, once again, a beautiful day, and they just really seem to really have a good following there.
Yes, and we heard about some awesome cars and the ability that people could really walk up and look at them and be part of that event. Again, we know the weather always plays a little bit of a part in that, but we just heard a lot of good things by the car show, and of course, it'll be back again next year, too.
Sure. The Boreas had a band. I know that in front of VFW there was another band. So certainly Jessica Birchhold and Old Town Partners did a wonderful job with that event.
Yes.
And then, of course, we had which me and you participated in, we had the 0.01K run down St. Antone by Hinkey's, which is sponsored by Hinkey's. And I was very sore after the run. I did make it to 33 feet
Yes.
with the other 150 people. I mean, it was definitely difficult. but we did make it, and thank God they had it downhill.
Yes, it made it much, much easier. A little stretching in that beforehand, but we all made it through there. And if we didn't have the water station, I think maybe half of the people might not have made it the whole 33 feet. But it was a wonderful event, and we were very blessed because Henke's actually gave us a check for $2,500 towards the Valley of Flowers. And again, we don't operate without our sponsors and our donors in that we have every year.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I know that they gave you a $2,500 check, presented it right after the run. Of course, they had a band down there also, but that was very nice of them to sponsor that event and turn around and give the proceeds to the Valley Flowers Committee.
Yes.
Along with, I know that this we mentioned before, is that the Valley Flowers cannot operate unless we have our sponsors. Yes. And Johnny Londoff Chevrolet was the event sponsor this year, so we certainly want a big shout out to Johnny and everything that he does for the City of Florissant and having his dealership right here in the City of Florissant.
Yes, and it was wonderful because we were able to have their Equinox and their Chevy Silverado on the ice rink. So people were able to walk up, take a look at the truck, be able to talk to Kitty Harrison was there and her crew, and then they were able to also have them in the parade. So it was very, very wonderful having Johnny Londoff there and being part of our Valley of Flowers this year. He was our event sponsor at the Egan Center, and we truly appreciate that.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate Johnny and what he does for our city. So then we go into Sunday, and of course, we have the big day on Sunday, which is the parade.
Yes, and it was wonderful this year. We really can't thank everyone enough as to how much hard work goes into that day. Besides the city, the parks, the streets department, all of the city employees that help out, as well as the police and the fire and the CERT team, just to make everybody safe, just to make sure that we all can really enjoy our day, and all of our volunteers. If we didn't have our volunteers to help just set up the parade and make sure everything goes well, it would be a bigger task than what it was. But we had, I believe, 72 to 74 vehicles in the parade, and they didn't disappoint. They took the theme to heart. Family board games was very well represented.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, that started at 145 at the Egan Center, and I mean, as you're going down the parade route from Parker Road to New Florissant to St. Francis, just to see so many people out lined up on that parade route, and keeping in mind it was Mother's Day,
Yes.
but people chose to stay right here in the City of Florissant and watch our parade and participate in all of our events. So that was great to see.
It was. I saw a few parties along the way, so I think some people might have celebrated Mother's Day in their front yard, but that's wonderful.
Yeah, I think they were enjoying themselves. I don't think
Yes.
there's any doubt about that, which is great. And of course, the highlight of the day really was, I know the parade was a highlight, but then of course we now have a new queen in her court. I mean, can't say enough about our 2021 Queen Emily Rupp and the first runner-up Amber Chu, because they represented the City of Florissant so well. But now we've got a new group. You want to talk about them?
Yes. So we have our new queen, Sarah Pilla, our first runner-up, Lexi Hare, and our special maids are Maria Heithaus, Olivia Aker, and Ruby Tackett. And they are very, very excited, to be part of the City of Florissant, to be able to represent them in the next year. And again, we can't thank Emily and Amber enough for all that they did this year. They had a lot of firsts because we had COVID a couple of years prior to that.
Absolutely.
So it was kind of nice for them to be able to go through all of the pomp and circumstance for the new court coming in, because they didn't have that when they were part of the Valley Flowers. So
Absolutely.
We're looking forward to everything going. In the first event that they will have, the girls will participate in, is going to be the 4th of July parade at the Vail Prophet down in St. Louis.
Very good. Well, that's the biggest one. That's the biggest parade in St. Louis as far as the 4th of July is concerned.
Yes.
So we're going to be very excited for that. Is there anything else that you can think of that we wanted to highlight that we've not talked about that beautiful weekend in May?
Mayor, I can't really think of anything else. Just thank you to everyone, the board of the Valley of Flowers, and the city for all that they do, and the community for coming out and supporting us every year.
Well, I think that we owe you that same thing to you and your committee for all your hard work and everything that you guys have done to put this together. I know it's not an easy task. It takes you guys a year to put it together, and so we certainly appreciate it. And going back to the last 2 years when you guys have actually planned these events,
Yes.
and had to cancel them. In fact, we planned 3 of them in 2 years, because
Yes.
we're going to go in August in 2020, and we moved the date, and needless to say, we had to cancel then. So we certainly appreciate everything you and your committee do, and we really appreciate everything you guys do and the commitment that you guys have to the Valley of Flowers and the City of Florissant.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you. So this concludes another edition of the Mayor's Podcast. Our next Mayor's Podcast is going to be on Friday, May the 20th, when I'll be speaking with Elise Bender, and we're going to promote the Fiesta in Florissant that will come to our great city on June 25th and 26th. Stay tuned. We are Florissant Strong.